This conference will now be recorded.
So this is a plan for our today's session. Today we'll be learning with using environment variable, creating multi-container architecture. What is multi-container architecture? We'll see that. Implementing LAMP architecture, creating CI/CD environment, creating testing environment, installing Docker Compose. Okay, so these are all what we are planning for our today's session. Yes, so fine. Okay. Dinesh, yeah. Your doubt is once the Linux container is created,
Yes, yes.
how does the development team or other concerned person was requested for this infrastructure? How can they access? I said they
Yeah, yeah.
access using putting. Okay,
Ah, yes, yes, yes.
is the doubt clear?
Yeah, I mean, like they will access using putty. What are the details we need to give them after
Yes,
creating that Linux? Then no need of key pair. While connecting to EC2 instance, they need, I mean, like Linux machine, they need key pair, right?
not this Linux machine. Container.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. For container, no need of any key pair.
No, not required. By putty they'll connect.
How?
Okay.
I mean, like we will give put that IP address in that session, and then we'll ask for username, right? Username, password.
So define the username here. Go to interactive terminal. You have created interactive terminal, na? Create
Yes, yes.
enter into interactive terminal. Define the user and then provide the password. That's it.
Like how we need to do? We need to create user and we need to give password, or else they will create themselves.
No, you have to create it if required. So
Yeah.
if they want to create it, they need to give the password, right? So we need to give the password. Without that, how can they connect? They cannot connect. So you create a user in Linux, define the password, define that you provide those username details to the person, development team who are need. Okay.
Okay, so I mean, like how we need to create, like in that environment, in that interactive terminal, we need to create username and password.
Yes.
Okay,
In
okay.
Linux, search for how to create a user.
Yeah,
I think there's a command add user. I think is a command which I
yeah.
can
Okay.
create a user. That's it.
And IP address of the Docker container we need to give, right, for developers.
Yes, you are right.
Okay, okay.
Okay. Okay. Look at this example. Start Nginx as a container. Prashant, what is Nginx? Start Nginx as a container. What is Nginx? First, we should know what is Nginx, isn't it? Look at this. Nginx is a web server. Okay, it's basically a web server. So we want web like Tomcat is a web server. Nginx is also a web server. So we want to start Nginx as a container. Name of it. Name it as app server. Name of the container. Run it in detached mode. You know -d option to run it in detached mode. Perform. Last thing is what? Performed port mapping. All this we have to do it. Okay. Okay. Akhil, how to see list of images? Are you there, Akhil? Yes, sir. 1 minute. Always go to hash prompt. How to see list of images? Docker images. We have Tom W, Ubuntu Jenkins. So we need an Nginx container. When we need an Nginx container, first step what we need to do, we need to download the image. Docker pull is command which is helping you to download the image, isn't it? Yes. Generally, we pull the image and run the image. Instead of pulling the image, I directly run the image without pulling. Docker run image name Nginx, name of the container, app server, detached mode. I don't want the log messages. I get the prompt back. Capital P for automatic port mapping. Yesterday we have seen 8080, we have mapped to 9090 port, isn't it? Because I know Tomcat runs on 8080, but I don't know in which port Nginx runs on. I don't want to perform manual port mapping. Let them automatically map the port. So capital P for automatic port mapping. Look at this. First point, as the image is not available, unable to find the image, it is downloading the image. So you don't need to pull the image. Directly write the Docker run command. The image gets pulled automatically and container gets created. Did I manually pull the image? No. When you run the Docker run command, it checks whether the image is available or not. If the image is not available, pull operation will perform automatically. If you see Docker image ls now, are you able to get Nginx container, Nginx image? Yes. So image is downloaded. Container get created. Container get created. Next. If image is not available, it performs pull operation automatically. We know it. Now, capital P will perform automatic port mapping. I want to check whether Nginx is running or not from the public IP colon port number. I want to know in which port number from the Docker host it is mapped. Okay. So if you want to know the information of the port, we have a command called docker port followed with the container name. What's the name of the container? App server. This command docker port followed with the container name will provide you the port information of the container. The default port is 80. The default port of Nginx is 80 and it is mapped to 32768. So if you want to access Nginx, take the public IP, followed with the port number which is mapped. Welcome to Nginx. If you see this page, you're successfully installed. I'm done. What are the new things we have learned in this example? First point, you don't need to download the image. Don't worry about downloading the image. Directly run the docker run command. Image gets downloaded automatically. First point. If you don't know the port number, there are a lot of web servers available. You don't need to worry about what is the default port number. Use capital P for automatic port mapping. Okay. Okay. If you want to see the port, you don't need to run docker port. To see list of all the containers, we have this command docker container ls, isn't it? Even this docker container ls will show you. Look at this, one container is running and this is the default port which is mapped to 32768. So that's also there. Okay. So you can also write docker container ls to see on what ports the container is running. Yes, Dinesh.
What about remaining containers like Tom? Yesterday we installed, right? Like Tom Devely and Ubuntu and Jenkins. Whether they'll be
So I
running
have
or
stopped.
once.
No, I have stopped the docker host now. So
So once you stop the Docker host, containers will be stopped.
stopped. Yes.
Okay. So Docker container IP in the sense, what is that? Sunil? Like this is the IP or else
Docker container.
172.31? I mean, like we need to provide the Docker container IP, right? For anyone who requested to create these containers.
You're talking about, you said in case of Linux container. Okay. Your doubt was Linux container. I said that to connect to Linux container, we should provide the IP address.
I mean, IP in the,
Okay, Dinesh.
yeah, host IP or else container IP. Host IP or which IP you need to provide?
Not this host. This is EC2 machine. Will not provide these details.
Yeah,
Only
yeah.
container information will provide. Okay.
How we will get the container IP? Like we
Connect to the
haven't
Linux
seen.
machine. How to know the line IP address of the Linux machine? When it's a Linux machine, not Docker host. Don't get confused, Dinesh.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Container.
Yes. I mean, like without IP
Okay.
we can't connect, right?
Oh, you cannot connect it. How to know the IP address of a Linux machine container? If config is the Linux command which will use the IP address. Okay.
Okay. Sorry. IP config,
If
right?
if
Yeah.
config,
If
yeah,
config. Okay.
there's a command, right, to know the IP address of the container.
Okay. Okay. Sunil, okay.
In case of Tomcat or Nginx like this, we provide the public IP, follow the Docker port number to access it. In case of this kind of web servers. In
Okay.
case of
For yeah.
operating systems, we provide the IP address only, no port
Okay.
number.
Okay.
Yes, Chanakya. CentOS as a container. I want to start CentOS as a container. CentOS is an operating system. CentOS is an operating system. I think we have seen this. Docker run CentOS is the name of the image. Okay, name of the container my CentOS. IT stands for interactive terminal. What will happen? Container gets created. control will enter into the container. Do you have CentOS image? You don't have CentOS image, isn't it? Do we have CentOS image? No, we have only 4 images. Tom EE, Nginx, Ubuntu, and Jenkins. We don't have CentOS, so don't need to worry about this. If the image is not available, it gets downloaded automatically. You can see the messages, image not found, unable to find the image, started pulling the image. Done. A control is inside the container. Exit to come out of the container. Okay. Next. So we know we have practically seen how to create web servers as a container, how to create operating systems as a container. We'll experience how to create database as a container. We'll also see how to create database as a container. Okay. Start MySQL as a container. What is MySQL? MySQL is a database. Open interactive terminal and create a simple table. Not only just creating a database, I want to check whether database is really working or not. How can you check it? Only when you're creating a table, isn't it? MySQL container as a database. Sorry, MySQL database is a container we are creating. Okay, try to understand how to do it. Because Docker run. What is MySQL? :5. MySQL is the name of the image. Okay. :5 refers to version. MySQL 5 version. Okay.
Okay.
:5 refers to the version. Okay. Can you explain what is this one? What I have highlighted?
It's a naming. So when you are running the container, it's just renaming it.
Naming a container as MyDB. What does D stands for?
You use one specific term, but that means
Detached mode.
Detached mode.
That means?
That means when you run the running the container, you get the hash prompt.
Yes, you will not get the log messages, you get the hash prompt. Next, -e we have never used till now. Is it the first time you are using -e? E stands for environment variable. What is the name of the environment variable? MySQL root password is the name of the environment variable, and I'm naming my environment variable as Sunil. When you do this, environment variable name is MySQL root password, and I'm providing MySQL root password as Sunil. When you do this, what will happen? Container gets created. What container? MySQL container gets created.
Sunil.
1 minute. Let's first create the container. MySQL image is not there. Okay, it pulls the image. What created? MySQL image will be created. How to see list of all the containers? Docker container ls. So can you see here MySQL container is running? Yes. Get out. Any doubts? Yes, Asif.
Yeah, environment variable. What is environment variable?
What is environment variable? Is your doubt? Okay, fine. I'll tell you. Because
I had the same question, Sunil.
okay, yes. I think most of you know will have a doubt in this particular point. Okay. First point. How to know that environment variable should be used? We have never used environment variable for other containers. How to know that this particular container should use environment variable? And name of the environment variable is what? MySQL underscore root underscore password is the name of the environment. How should we know this is the environment variable name we should use it? It's a predefined name. You cannot use just root equal to Sunil. No, it is a predefined environment variable name. You need to use this particular environment. How to know it? All this information, you need to know it. You need to make a habit of reading documentation. So when we are downloading the image, I told you from where we download the image? Docker Hub. That's nothing but hub.docker.com. Let's go to that particular Docker Hub. Yes, I'm in our Docker Hub. What container we want? Asif, we want MySQL container. So search for MySQL container. This is the MySQL official image. Very good. So click on this. Docker pull MySQL. What is MySQL? Name of the image. But I have used colon, not only just name of the image, colon, I have used pi. What is the importance of pi? This is nothing but tags. Supportive tags. I have used 5, version 5. You can use colon 5, colon 5.7, colon 8.0.20. These are all the tags which are supported. Tag refers to version. You can use colon latest if you are not sure. It is by default later. So that's about the versions. Next, look at this. Scroll down. What is they're explaining MySQL is most popular open source database. How to use the image. How to start MySQL instance. MySQL instance is nothing but MySQL instance is nothing but container. How to start MySQL server instance. Look at this. Asif, clear documentation. Docker run. Docker run. MySQL colon tag. Asif, tag refers to
Yes.
version.
Version.
Okay. Hyphen name option we have used. Hyphen E for environment variable. What's the name of the environment variable? MySQL password. Provide any value whatever you want.
Mhm.
They are explaining where some hyphen MySQL is name which you want to assign. My secret password is a password for MySQL root user. Tag you can see tag is used for specifying MySQL version you want. Clear
Root user.
documentation. Is this clear? Like this.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
So container list. Okay. Now, okay, content MySQL is created, right? I want to connect to the database. I want to connect to that MySQL database, which is created. To that SQL prompt where we write select star from table name, that's all database, right? So I want to write some queries. I want to connect to the database. So if you want that terminal where we write the select commands, create table commands, all this, that's all called as a bash terminal. The terminal is called as a bash terminal. To open the bash terminal of MySQL container which we have created, Docker execute. IT stands for interactive mode. What container you want to connect? What is the name of the container? MyDB. What terminal you want to open? Bash. Yes, I have connected to that terminal. Connected to the container. I want to connect using the username root username. Like in Scott Tiger, here we have a root user. So this is a MySQL commands. MySQL -u stands for user. I am connecting user with which user? root user. Hyphen E is for providing the password. Hyphen E for password. Then it will ask for password. Password you are able to connect because in the environment variable I have provided a password as Sunil. So now you have an option to connect it. Otherwise, yes, you are connected to MySQL. Welcome to MySQL monitor. MySQL is product of Oracle now. MySQL prompt is there. These are all MySQL commands. To see list of all the databases, show databases. This MySQL comes with 1, 2, 3, 4 predefined databases. The 4 predefined databases. I want to connect to MySQL database. Name of the database name is MySQL. Use database name. Use MySQL. Database connected. Now I can create a table. I have a query to create the table also, just to show you. Yeah, this is a create table command. Query okay. That means table create. Exit to come out of the database. Exit one more time to come out of the container. So documentation. So what you came to know in this example is documentation is important. So these are all what we are learning. So because we are learning each and every option, right? Detached mode, what is advantage? When should we use environment variable? When should we use capital port? We are learning few examples. Once you get into project, do you think you'll get same containers as your in the
No.
project work? No. But this knowledge, you should be in a position to read the documentation, search, get the information, and you should be in a position to create the container. Okay.
Yep. So now once we are out of the container, how do we go back? Like in case we use the IT.
Docker, once you are out from the container again, you want to connect to same container, isn't it?
Yeah, how do we go in?
Docker attach command. I'll show you. We'll see. Docker attach container name. You'll be attached to the container. Okay.
Okay, thanks.
Okay. Now, whatever containers which we are creating now, we have created MySQL container, Ubuntu container, CentOS container, Tomcat container. Those are independent containers. Isn't every container is unique, independent? You should be in a position to create a multi-container architecture. What is multi-container architecture? Multi-container architecture is creating containers, not just creating the containers. You should be able to establish link between the containers. Not just creating the containers, you should be able to establish link between the containers. Creating containers and establishing link between the containers is called as a multi-container architecture. Your development team may not need independent containers. They need multiple containers which are linked with each other. Creating containers and establishing links between the containers is called as a multi-container architecture. It's called as a multi-container architecture. Okay, this multi-container architecture using Docker can be done in two ways. --link is one way of creating multi-container architecture. Docker Compose is second way of creating multi-container architecture. Okay. So first let's experience how to create a multi-container architecture using --link. Look at this. Multi-container architecture is nothing but linking between the containers. Why should we establish link between the containers? Okay, we will see it in example. So development team, development team needs database as MySQL. Okay, we know how to create a MySQL container. That's the backend container. To develop a small web application, you need to have backend and frontend, right? Frontend, they want to have WordPress. What is WordPress? WordPress is a content management tool, isn't it? So where we can create websites. So frontend should be WordPress, backend should be MySQL. And both should not be independent. In the form, in the front end, if anybody submits the details, if anybody submits the contact us form in a website, if you submit the contact us form in a website, what should happen? The information should be stored in the backend table. That means front end container should be connected to backend container. Not independent containers are useless. Did you understand the scenario? The development team needs not independent containers. They may need multiple containers which are linked with each other. So you, as a DevOps engineer, you create a containers and establish links between the containers, and that establishing link is that concept is called as multi-container architecture. And that linking can be established in two ways: by using hyphen link is one way. Now the other way is by using Docker Compose. We are I am showing you now how can we link two containers by using hyphen link. In this example, we are learning how can we link two containers. Just a linking between the containers. We'll see it. Okay. Because start two busybox containers and create link between them. Two busybox containers I want to create. First point, what is busybox? Search in Google. Busybox is a software suite that provides several Unix utilities. It's a small Unix box. Small Unix environment. Okay, fine. It's a small Unix box. So you'll be creating two busybox containers. Not just creating. The new thing what we are learning is creating containers. We are familiar. We need to know how to establish links between the containers. This is the new concept you need to focus. Docker run. Image name is what? Busybox. Hyphen name is used to name a container. What is the name of the container? C1. IT stands for interactive terminal. Container gets created. Control will enter into the container. Okay. So I'm creating C1 container. And I want my control to enter into the container. Busybox image is not there. Don't worry. Image gets downloaded and then the container gets created. Yes, interactive terminal. Control is enter into the container. How to come out of the container? Really very important. Without exit. One way of coming out of the container, if you write exit, what happens? You can be out of container. But when you write exit, what happens is container will be stopped and control will come out of the container. Concept of exit is container will be stopped and a container will be stopped and control will be come out of the container. I don't want to stop the container. Container should run in the background and my prompt should be back to my Docker host. Control PQ is a key you need to use. Control PQ to come out of the container. Container will be running in the background. Second container. First container is created. Second container, name is C2, Docker run, image name BusyBox, clear. Name is C2. Hyphen link option is something new we are learning here. Hyphen link option is used to establish link to the container. I want link to which container? Tell me. I want link to which container? I want link to C1 container. So that's the reason hyphen link, mention the container name. Colon, this is a link name. When you're creating a link, you can name a link. Like how you are naming a container, you can also name a link. That link name is nothing but called as alias. Alias name. This link name colon, link name can be anything, can be XYZ or anything. But I'm writing the C1 hyphen alias. By looking at the link name, you should be able to guess, okay, this is linking to C1. So C1 hyphen alias is nothing but the alias name. It's also called as a link name. So when you do this, what happens? Second container gets created. When you do this, what will happen? Second container gets created, and second container will be linked to the first container. Interactive term. I have entered into my second container. Now my control is in the second container. Now, how to prove that the link is connected or not? I said link is established, right? How to prove? In networking we have ping. Ping command is in networking we have ping command, which helps you to check whether they are connected or not. I am right now in C2. I want to from C2. I want to ping C1. That means I want to check whether C1 is responding to. See, I'm getting a reply. Got it, Rajendra?
Yes, sir.
So we have not only just created a container, we have established links between the containers. We have established a link between the containers. Okay. Control PQ to come out of that container back to my Docker host. Clear? Clear about this? First understand the basic concepts and then we can go for other
Sunil,
examples.
can you explain that busy box concept? Why we need busy
Busy,
box?
no, point is not BusyBox. BusyBox is something like Unix operating system. Asif.
Okay.
Okay, I have taken that example to make yourself comfortable, to show you how to establish links between the containers, to make the concept easy. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Next example. Create a development environment. As I told you, MySQL container should be linked with WordPress container. Two containers, backend MySQL, frontend WordPress. Always start from backend. That's always the development process. First, start MySQL container. How to start MySQL container? You already know it. This example, I don't need to explain it. Docker run MySQL :5. Name of the container MyDB, detached mode, environment variable. If already container is in use, remove it. So I think one container is already running. I want to remove that container. Yes. MySQL container created. How to check whether MySQL container is running or not? Docker container. Yes. MySQL :5 is running. Fine. Next. Start WordPress container. front-end container WordPress. Docker run, name of the image WordPress, name of the container my site, detached mode, you know it. Port mapping, WordPress runs on 80, mapping it to 5050. Hyphen link is used to establish I want to link to which container, MyDB. Link name is MySQL because it's a MySQL database. I'm linking it, naming it as MySQL. This link name can be anything. It's also called as alias name. So what happens when you do this? The WordPress container gets created and WordPress container will be linked to MySQL container. Done. To check whether WordPress is running or not, take the public API. I have mapped it to what 5050, right? Public IP of the Docker host. Colon 5050. So give this to the development team. They start installing WordPress and they use SQL, MySQL database. Happily, they got the development environment. Got it? So you should be in a position to establish links between the containers. Creating LAMP architecture we will not discuss now. We'll discuss that in our tomorrow's session. So please make yourself comfortable creating containers, establishing links, using environment variables, automatic port mapping, all this make yourself comfortable. Because that easy to machine, the concept is security group, okay? Make sure you select all traffic. The same thing I have used it in the videos and I'm creating a first Docker, for example. Please go through it, okay?
Yes, Sunil, sure. And so when creating the container and linking, so right now we are creating the container with the link. Say we have the C1 and C2 already existing, and now we want to link them together. How is that something possible?
Generally, we will not establish links to the existing containers, okay? Generally will not establish links to the existing containers. So what we'll do, we create links at the time of creating the containers. I'm not sure how to link existing containers. I'll check it because.
Okay. Thanks, Sunil.
Yeah. Yes, Dinesh. Cannot hear you. Please tell me, Dinesh. We cannot hear you. So please practice. Yes, Dinesh.
Hello, Sunil. Is it audible?
Yes.
Yeah, when you come out, when you give exit, it will come out of the container and it will stop the container, or else what?
It will stop the container.
Okay. Then why we have removed that container MySQL? We already came out given exit, right?
But container is stopped. It is there. Container is not removed.
Okay. It will stop. It will be in stopped condition.
Container is there, but it is stopped. Okay.
Okay. And
so
one more. We have created a Linux machine using Docker container, right? So what instance type and what all the security groups it will take? Like we have given the OS as Ubuntu, it will take the Ubuntu Linux. And what all the things like instance type, security groups, RAM, hard disk, and all what it will. What are
RAM,
the
hard disk we will not allocate because there is no fixed allocation of hardware resources at the container level.
Okay.
That's the concept of container, isn't it?
Yeah.
Security groups you don't need to worry because you are not giving it for the live environment. Okay, you're giving it to your development team for internal purpose. For the rack, you don't need to worry.
So for live environment we will not be giving.
Docker should not be used for the live environments. Docker is a concept which we give it for the development team for a internal purposes to provide the right infrastructure. Once the testing is done, once that infrastructure is ready, if infrastructure is okay, when development team says that okay, whatever the infrastructure right now on Docker which is there, if it's okay, then we actually operations team will physically install it on their main machines, not the Docker host. Okay.
So
Docker
currently, since there is no operations team.
Docker host and Docker host will not use it for the production environments. Will not
Yeah,
use
yeah.
containers for the testing environments. Will only use containers for the internal purposes to provide them in infrastructure. Once that is fine, then the actual installation happens. Okay.
So since there is no operations team, say DevOps engineer will do all these things, right? So then again in production, how they will get the operations team?
It's not no operations team. Operations team is there, but as
Okay.
they're taking time, we are providing them in much faster way.
Okay.
Operations
Okay.
team is there, okay, but we are
Okay.
providing it much faster way. Once that
Okay.
environment is okay, then the operations team will physically provide the create infrastructure on the main servers. Okay,
Okay. Okay. Thank you.
not as a container, the main softwares. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Got it. And Sunil, one more last doubt, like we are using the same key pair, right? Then I mean, like there won't be any conflict for we are using same key pair for launching many instances, right? There won't be any conflict, like will be
No conflict.
the so the key pair will be irrespective of the mission. We can use the same, right?
Same key pair for multiple machines.
Yeah, yeah. Thank you, Sunil. Thank you.
Thank you.
Sunil, one basic question.
Yes.
So once we run the container, I mean like the Docker image that is formed as a container, right?
Yes. Yes.
So all the images which are running are considered as container.
Yes, you are right.
Okay, thank you, Sunil.
Yes. Okay. See you tomorrow. Thank you all. Bye, Vikas. Vishal, you're a little late, I think so. So please go through the video.
Thanks, Sunil.
Thank you. Thank you all. Bye.
Yes, Sunil, this is Mondo.